I want radiology waiting with a portable chest x-ray. Contact respiratory care. They should check the arterial blood gases. I want a ventilator from respiratory...
What's the prognosis?
We're not sure yet.
She's so tiny. Hope she makes it.
Come on in. Have a seat. How are your classes at the university?
Fine.
You have a 4-point grade average, scholarship?
Yeah, well, most of the courses are pretty easy.
You're taking calculus, advanced physics, history of the Mideast. It does not sound all that easy to me.
I like to study sometimes. The instructors are okay.
Most of these are graduate courses, aren't they?
All right, so I'm smart. So what?
There must be a lot of pressure on you with the reports and papers.
It's just a game. My physics prof makes us do these impossible lab reports, you know. He just wants to see who's gonna crack. So you know what I do? Turn mine in 3 days early. It drives him nuts.
Is there anything in your life that's bothering you recently? Greg?
I don't know. Been missing some classes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I skipped a few lectures.
Why? Were they not challenging enough?
No, that's not it. Sometimes I start to go to class and then I have other things on my mind.
Like what? Can you give me a for instance?
I don't know. And sometimes I stay out late.
Why?
I like to. I have friends. We go out, have a few laughs.
When you go out with your friends, do you drink?
Yeah, sure, everybody drinks.
What do you and your friends drink? Do you drink beer or scotch?
I don't remember what we drink. We don't think about it that much. It's just goofing off, no big deal.
You're a writer.
I wrote a couple of stories.
I'd like to read them. Could you bring them by sometime?
They're nothing special.
No F. Scott Fitzgerald yet, huh?
No, he's great. I've read all his stories, and I just finished rereading The Great Gatsby.
Craig, if you wrote a story like Fitzgerald, and you wanted to describe a person with a drinking problem, what would he or she look like?
Drinking problem? What do you mean, like a drunk? Well, there are bums all over New York. I mean, you see them all the time. They make up these crazy stories like they need 75 cents for coffee or bus fare home, but you know they drink it all.
Besides bums, anyone else?
I hear a lot of people on Wall Street drink. Executives, maybe in their 40s. And on Madison Avenue, they have long lunches, 3 or 4 drinks, and it all goes on the expense account.
How would you describe a younger person with a drinking problem? Say someone closer to your age.
Look, lady, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any kind of a drinking problem. I go out with my friends, that's it. And you must have been talking to a lot of people behind my back to find out about my seminars and the scholarship, and I don't like it at all. It's none of your business. No, I don't have to be here, you know. I don't have to do anything.
April 9th.
You ready for this?
It's the premiere of One Tree Hill and the OC.
Welcome to the dark side.
And only SoapNet can bring it to you commercial free.
Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Pretty people. Pretty messed up.
Look who I found.
Don't miss the commercial-free premiere of One Tree Hill and the OC. Monday, April 9th, starting at 5. Only on SoapNet.
You shouldn't push me. It's not in your best interest. Sometimes too much damage is done, and you can't see things clearly. I've apologized for my sins repeatedly. I'm not going to say I'm sorry anymore. I'm not going to crawl in a corner and hide.
Everyone has a dark side. The Young and the Restless, weeknights at 7 on SoapNet.
You're not gonna give up, right?
I can never trust him.
He'll never know how much that means to me. You've never taken my side. Let's cut to the chase. I hate you, you hate me.
Oh, L'Amour, Days of Our Lives, tonight at 11, only on SoapNet.
How would you like to enhance your immune system for 30 days free?
Like nature, your body has the amazing ability to protect and heal itself. And it happens through your immune system. But stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, even some medications can reduce your immune system's ability to work at its peak. So how strong is your immune system? Now you can give your immune system ongoing support free for 30 days with Immune Extra, the all-natural daily supplement that can help optimize your immune system. Immune Extra is your best line of defense all year round. Immune Extra from Alera Health Products is the only immune support complex containing patented Proligna, a natural botanical remedy derived from pine cones. Pine cones have been used in Japan for centuries, where people enjoy the longest lifespan in the world. For the past 20 years, renowned scientist Akiko Tanaka has led the team at the Tampa Bay Research Institute to bring this amazing immune support formula to the U.S. And right now, for a limited time only, you can try this all-natural daily supplement free. Immune Extra is like having a security system that continually supports, sustains, and optimizes your natural immune response. And it was formulated to be taken every day, so it doesn't send your immune system up and down on a roller coaster ride with a temporary boost. In fact, extensive research shows that a healthy immune system helps prevent common illnesses. Immune Extra is the natural way to help your immune system work at its best every day. And for a limited time only, you can receive this all-natural daily supplement free. Give yourself and your family the Immune Extra line of defense. Optimize your immune system today. It's the next generation in immune nutrition.
Call now to order your free 1-month supply of Immune Extra. Call 1-800-510-5645. That's 1-800-510-5645. Optimize your immune system today. That's 1-800-510-5645.
Frank, where's Kim? Where's the baby?
You can't see them now. Kim's resting and the baby is undergoing some tests.
But the baby wasn't due for at least 2 months. How is it?
Well, she's very small, but she looked fine. The paramedics came right away, put her in an isolette. Right now, there's a whole staff of people taking care of her, so.
Her?
Yeah.
You did say her.
Yeah, it's a baby girl.
Got a granddaughter. Frank, what happened?
Well, Kim was already in labor when Jill and I got there. I had the impression that she was in a great deal of pain for some time. She, I don't know, the actual birth, it came very, very quickly. We tried to get her up on the bed, but we didn't even have time for that.
I wanted to be there with her so bad.
Yeah.
I knew she'd need me. Yeah, if you and Jill hadn't been there, she'd have been all alone on that houseboat.
Well, she wasn't alone.
What do you mean? Who was there with her?
When we got to the houseboat, one of the locals from the marina was in the process of robbing Kim.
What?
Yeah, we suspect that he saw her somewhere, made certain she was alone, and trailed her back to the boat.
No.
Yeah, well, I held him down. I wanted to hold him until the police arrived, but then Kimberly needed all of our attention, so he escaped. He almost got away with a diamond ring and a brooch.
My jewelry. She took it out of the safe, but before she ran away from me.
Ah.
Well, who is he? I mean, what's his name?
We don't know that.
Well, I want him found. I want him arrested and punished. Did he hurt her?
No, I don't think so. Of course, she was badly frightened, but don't worry about it. As soon as this crisis is under control, we'll follow through with an arrest. He should be fairly easy to spot.
And you actually delivered the baby?
Yeah. Siobhan delivered a baby on a subway once. Now me. It's getting to be a regular Ryan family tradition.
I can't believe you did it. I mean, without a doctor, without anesthetic, without anything. How did Kim take it?
Wonderfully. She called out for you several times.
I'm sure she did. Did she want me to bail her out, or was she just demanding that I sign the check?
No, nothing like that. You would have been surprised by her behavior, Ray. She was terrified, but she never mentioned the money or selling the baby or anything negative about you.
Well, why did she wait so long? She must have known that she was in labor and she needed help.
I don't think she's ever fully recovered from Michael Pavel's murder.
You know, I'm worried about her and I'm angry at her at the same time.
She doesn't want this baby, Frank. She doesn't love it. She's just planning to give it away.
I'm not so sure. Before she passed out, she kept asking about the baby, whether it was in danger because it was premature. She was more concerned about that baby than she was about herself.
She's confused and she's desperate, and I can't really even be harsh with her. All she's done is threaten to give her daughter away. I actually did it.
Well, don't think of it that way. Don't blame yourself. It's not fair to you or to Kim.
But in a way, it is all my fault. Frank, I knew. No, wait. I knew when I heard her voice on the phone that something was wrong. She sounded weak. I should have found her. I should have hired a detective, put her picture in the paper, done whatever it took.
Look, will you stop blaming yourself? It's not fair. You had no idea Kimberly was going into labor. None of us did.
How'd you know she was at the houseboat?
Well, it was an educated guess. She left a message on my answering machine. In the background on the cassette, you could hear a tugboat whistle, so.
Thank you. Thank you for being so clever and so responsible and caring so much. And I'd like to thank Jill, too. Where is she?
She went to find Seneca.
Why?
She's going to tell him about the baby.
Why did she do that? That wasn't necessary. Seneca's not the father, Frank.
Has he been cooperating?
We're getting along fine.
Yeah, that's what you think. Finally realize what this is all about. You think I'm a drunk, don't you? And so do you. For all your phony interest in my stories, you think I'm a lush. Well, I gotta tell you something. I don't need you.
Hey, what's your attitude?
I don't have to watch anything. I don't need you or any group therapy or counseling. I'm fine just the way I am.
Oh, you're fine, huh?
Yes.
That's not what I hear from your family.
Yeah, well, they say a lot of things. It doesn't mean it's true.
Oh, they lied to me, is that it?
Maybe.
They lie about the rock concert?
Oh, will you lay off?
Did they lie about the smashed windows after the concert, or the trash all over the street, or the slashed tires and the broken car windshield? What was that about, Craig?
We
huh?
had a good time. Maybe we went a little too far.
You were drunk when the cops picked you up. It's on the record, mister. Black and white.
So we were drunk. So what? I got busted. What am I supposed to do? Kill myself?
Was he like this with you?
Jim, let me handle this my own way.
Handle what? There's nothing to handle. I'm not anybody's case. Is that clear?
Look, if you would quit being pig-headed, you'd know that we're trying to help you.
Jim, stop. Craig, I know how you feel. I know what you're going through. You aren't alone.
I want you to listen to her.
Jim, stop, please. I've been there. I've been through what you're going through, and I know you want to go out of here as fast as you came in. And then someone mentions the word alcohol, it's like a time bomb goes off inside your head. And there's a lot of fears, big fears inside, and they're frightening, aren't they?
She asked you a question.
I've got ears. No. I've had Psych 101 to 104. I'm not afraid of my feelings or anything else. You guys just made up your mind. I'm a drunk, and that's all there is to it. Well, forget it. You're wasting your time.
You're not going anywhere.
Let go of me.
No way, mister. Just...
You can't hold me here. Just let me go.
All right, that is enough. No, Craig, no one can hold you here. We can't force you to stay if you don't want to. Craig, if you decide to change your mind and if you want to talk, I want you to know that I'm available to listen.
I'm sorry about Craig. Did he bring up the alcohol, or did you?
I did, and he denied it. Which is a predictable reaction for the first time. It's not easy to admit you have a problem with alcohol.
Look, don't worry about him walking out like that. I know the kid's father. He'll make him come back.
Jim, that's not going to work. Young people are like anyone else. He has to want to help himself.
Just don't get it. You know, Craig has always been such a good kid. Now all of a sudden he turns weird. And what's with that red and blue hair business?
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you liked it.
Oh, Jim, it's a terrific attention getter. He'll probably next come in with an earring.
Well, I don't know why he needs any special attention. His dad is as
All right,
thoughtful...
no, ooh, that's enough. I don't want to hear any more about Craig or his family. If Craig just decides to come back here, then I'll ask him directly. And if he decides to commit himself for treatment from me, then I'm sure I will meet his parents and work with them as well. What's the matter? You don't seem all that satisfied.
Well, I hope the two of you would get along. I never envisioned him getting that angry and storming out of here like that. If you only knew how much he's hurting his dad.
He knows. And it was not a mistake to bring Craig here. It was a beginning. And there is nothing more we can do. He has to do it for himself.
I don't think he'll be back.
Well,
Well, look, thanks anyway. You tried. I just hope it wasn't a complete waste of your time.
no, that's my job.
And you do it very well. And I really appreciate you squeezing Craig in like that. You did me a favor. I owe you one.
By the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late. The baby was born already.
Why didn't she tell anyone that she was in labor? We might have been able to stop it. Oh. What's the use? It's over now.
We only went to the houseboat on a hunch, believe we, and had no intention of delivering a baby.
And the presentation was normal.
I'm not sure I follow you.
The baby was born head first.
Yes.
Yeah. And she cried?
Yeah.
What about the breathing? Noisy, quiet?
I don't really remember much about the breathing, but I know that she was bright and pink and very, very small.
And how was Kim afterward?
Exhausted. She passed out. I don't think that was just from the birth. Before she ran away, she was in quite a state. And then she was attacked on the boat, so I think if we hadn't gotten there on time, it would have been...
So once again, Kim put herself right at the edge.
And survived.
Well, listen, she has a gift for survival. That's one instinct I hope she passes on to her child. No, I saw the baby this morning. I was walking down the corridor with Dr. Grice. They brought in a preemie. Told Grice I hoped that the baby would make it.
In spite of your anger and your disappointment in Kimberly, I think that you're hoping that little girl is yours.
You know that. That baby in the isolette could be my daughter. The thought is overwhelming. I don't have to tell you how long I've wanted a child.
Since Edmund?
I wanted to be Edmund's father so much I did a couple of things I wasn't terribly proud of.
If you're anything like me, Edmund comes alive every time I see little John or Ryan. It's a kind of sadness and pain that stays with you for a long time, but you have to learn how to control it.
Look, I want this baby to be mine, but I'm afraid that it isn't. Do you understand?
Yes, I
So I've
understand
got to go
that.
slow. See, I can't jump to any conclusions. I can't hope for anything until after those blood tests.
And what if you find out that you are the father?
Oh, well, then my course of action is very clear. I assume full responsibility for my daughter. Do whatever I have to protect her. Legal action, if necessary.
We've talked about divorce several times, and I was just thinking that maybe some things have changed since Kimberly's had this baby.
I don't see how.
You and every other male doctor could tell me every muscle and every organ in my body, but you could never understand the joy of having a baby.
Look, Jillian, Kimberly has been in extreme danger before. And every time I heard promises.
She never had a baby before. And you weren't there, I was. And in spite of myself, I was impressed with Kimberly. She was terrified and she was scared, and her main concern was that baby.
I want to believe you.
But
The anger. I mean, I can't pretend it's not there. All the lies and the betrayals are just much too real.
I'm not telling you not to be angry. I'm not defending Kimberly. But I am saying find some gentleness. It's necessary now.
I loved Kimberly once, you know.
I think a part of you still does.
Maybe. I never expected I'd be as concerned about her as I am. But the fact remains, if this child is mine, I want it.
And that's your choice. But don't forget about love and compassion.
Hello? Where's my baby? Is she alive?
Darling, yes, of course. She's doing fine.
I don't think so. I think there's something they're not telling me because they won't let me see my baby. I think they're hiding something from me.
No, Kim, they're not. She's getting the best of all possible care, but she's in isolation and she's under constant supervision.
Mama, I was so afraid. The minute I went into labor, I knew it was too early. And now they're not letting me see my little girl. Why won't they let me see her?
Darling, they will in good time, but right now you need your rest.
I guess I must have passed out after she was born.
Yes, I think you did. From what I understand, the paramedics had her in the isolette and they were starting to take care of her while you were still asleep.
But how do I know she's still alive? Have you seen her?
No, not yet.
See, Mama, you don't know either. A lot of bad things happen to premature babies. Like, what if she stops breathing?
Kim, I've already talked to several of the doctors. Now, they say that she's small, but she's holding her own. You're really worried, aren't you?
If anything happens to this baby, I don't know what I'll do. I want her to live.
So do I. So does the staff.
When will we know when she's out of danger?
That could take quite some time. Darling, listen to me. It doesn't do any good to concentrate on the worst. Now, she's in the best hospital. She'll survive.
The minute you find out anything else, will you tell me?
Of course I will. Now, how are you?
Tired. Everything hurts.
I'm sure. Well, if you had a good rest, you'll be up and around before you know it. We've got a lot of work to do.
Like what?
Well, your daughter made a very dramatic entrance, but unfortunately she is a little bit early, and we're not prepared. I don't have anything for her except that pram. She's going to need everything. I was thinking about the nurse. I thought we might put her in the extra bedroom, but then again, on the other hand, she might want to be near the baby, especially during the night, so I don't really know what's best to do about that.
I'd be moving back to your apartment.
Yes, of course. And then, of course, there's the clothing. Oh, Kim, there's a new child's boutique that has opened up on 60th. Darling, they have the most beautiful christening gowns. They're French, all laced with these little tiny silk ribbon bows. I just can't wait to start shopping with you.
Shopping. I forgot that I would have to be moving back with you.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. I've been talking about shopping, and right now, walking across a room must seem impossible to you, much less a shopping trip through Manhattan. I'm sorry.
It's not that.
Well, all right. Maybe when you're feeling a little bit better, we'll ask the doctor if you can go down to the nursery and look at the baby. Would you like that?
I'm feeling real tired.
I thought you were so anxious to see the baby.
I am.
Kim, you're confusing me. I don't... A few seconds ago, you were so concerned about her, and now you're acting as if you don't care at all.
I did want to see her. It's just, if we go down to the nursery and they're injecting something in her or putting tubes in her, I couldn't take it. Not today.
All right. Don't think anything more about it. We certainly don't have to visit her right now.
Mama? I've thought about the name.
Well, I hope you have a couple of choices.
I've made a decision. I know you don't like to use it anymore, but I've always liked your first name, Arlie, and I thought I'd like to name the baby Arlie Ray, after you, if you don't mind.
Mind? Thank you.
Falcon Beach is heating up SoapNet. Don't miss all the hot bods, steamy sex, and sizzling drama in this resort town. Falcon Beach, Saturday at noon and again Sunday at midnight on SoapNet.
Oh, yes, that's going to be a big help, John. Thank you very much. On the rocks, Roger.
Yes, and lots of them, Maeve, please. Johnny, where's all that cool air I looked forward to? You noticed I'm the only patron that's been able to brave the heat today.
Yeah, I see that only too well. Always the pity, Raj. I tell you, I'm just not the mechanic I thought I was.
Yes, my darling husband decided, with the assistance of Kevin, to try to fix the air conditioner.
Well, the thing get going out little by little, you know.
Yeah, so they decided to retire it all in one fell swoop.
Well, the repairman kept not coming and not coming.
Johnny, don't you realize that there's only one air conditioning repairman in the city of New York, and he takes the whole month of August off?
Now he tells.
You know any leprechauns that could do anything with my hair? Look at this.
You look lovely, Dee. Yes, sir.
Thanks, but I don't see how I could be. Everything about me's totally droopy. This has got to be the hottest day of the year. Johnny, can't you do anything about this air conditioning?
He's already done everything he can, dear, and more.
Go stand in front of the fan, Dee.
No, then I'd be droopy and tangled. Siobhan!
Oh, Daddy, catch me.
Sweet.
I can't take another step. I don't know how I'll ever be able to do it.
All right, sweetheart.
Oh.
Sit down. What won't you be able to do ever? What?
What, did the air conditioning give out? Did you do it again? Well, actually, that's pretty good for me, because on my jog on the way over here, I thought, gee, the air conditioning is sure to give me pneumonia. This is good.
Siobhan, you're not saying that you jogged over here tonight in this heat.
Oh, thanks, but yes, I did, all the way from the Crystal Palace.
Why?
I jogged here because I took the physical agility test this afternoon at the police academy, and I failed it.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm not the human dynamo you thought I was, Da.
Are you trying to join the police academy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and they have us running up and down stairs and doing broad jumps and running through mazes and pushing sleds and dragging dummies all in under 2 minutes.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
I think I'll stay a surgeon.
It makes me tired just hearing you tell about it.
Siobhan, I think that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Why should you do all that? To pass that stupid test? Especially when it's stupid to want to be a policeman.
Dee, that was a very tactless thing to say.
It's very stupid to want to be a policeman. Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah.
When your own brother, Bobby, and Frank, the father of your child, were both loyal, trusted, honorable members of the police force?
No, I only meant...
Well, yeah, I want to hear what you meant. I want to hear it, Dee. What did you mean?
I meant there's nothing wrong with being a policeman. What I should have said was that it's not right to be a policewoman. I mean, you know, it's not ladylike. It's dirty. It's grungy. It's scary. I mean, can you really see yourself running after muggers and robbers in the middle of a night like tonight?
Dee.
No, I mean it, Siobhan. Can you really imagine yourself sweating in those awful uniforms with those hats and handcuffs and a gun and bullets?
What you wear, what you look like, hasn't anything to do with it.
Well, it does to me. No, I mean, and the pay. You know, the money's terrible. Have you thought about that?
I don't care about the pay.
Well, sure, you got a husband that owns a big fancy restaurant, but suppose he dropped dead, God forbid, or got thrown in jail.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that police work is stupid for a woman, because it's dangerous. Siobhan, I'm your best friend. Don't be mad at me, but I think you're a little bit crazy. You don't want to be... The money, the pay, the clothes, the dangers... You gotta admit that it's a little bit crazy.
I admit no such thing. It's good work. It's important work. And I'm gonna be good at it. Everything you've said is small-minded, sexist garbage, and I think you should know better.
Siobhan, I'm trying to save you from making a big mistake. You don't I mean, I would be scared to death to do what Bobby and Frank did, and they're not doing it anymore. You really want to go out there and risk getting shot at by punks and drug pushers and all the crazy kinds of people that are out there? Don't you remember what happened to Mary? Maeve,
That's enough, Dee. Just enough.
I meant that...
Yes, I know. We all know you meant well enough, but please, there are some times when you should just keep your thoughts to yourself.
Ma, I think you're letting her off easy.
Well, I'm not going to let her off so easy. I'd like an apology, and I'd like it now, Delia Reed Ryan. If Siobhan wants to follow in the footsteps of her brother and her grandfather, then I'm very proud that she's following in their footsteps, no matter what you think. Now, I'm waiting for the apology.
I don't... Oh, Dee.
Dee,
Go away, leave me alone.
Dee, don't take it so hard.
Why not? What do you know about it?
Everything. I know everything that just happened in there.
Oh, yeah, like what?
In an attempt to prove that you have the Ryan's best interest at heart, you volunteered an opinion that nobody wanted to hear, and you ended up stepping on everybody's toes.
Thanks a lot. I just got all the criticism I can stand without you adding your own.
Honey, I'm not criticizing. I'm just trying to explain what happened out there.
I know what happened. I don't need an explanation. They all hate me. I try and I just never...
Don't cry, Dee. Don't cry. I'm sure the Ryans don't hate you.
Don't patronize me, Roger.
I wouldn't do that. Hey, listen. Listen, why don't you let me get you out of here, huh? Away from the bar, away from the Ryans.
I have to go to the Crystal Palace.
You've got plenty of time. And I've got the car outside, and the top is down, and it's a hot night, and you need a nice, cool ride. It'll freshen you up.
Okay. Evening's ruined anyway.
Tact, Dee. I have yet to teach you tact.
Well, I don't care what anybody says. Me or Joe or anybody.
Excuse us. I'm driving Dee over to the Crystal Palace. Maeve, would you put that on my tab, please, and I'll just pray for cooler weather. Good night, John. Good night.
Bye, Raj. Good night.
Hi, Jack. How you doing?
Roger?
Jack, it's good to see you.
Johnny?
Good evening, Jack.
Hot night, isn't it? Rotten time for your air conditioner to go out on you.
It's insufferable. The only people that are happy are the nurses from across the street in the South Wing. It's freezing over there. They came in here to warm up and thaw out a bit.
Johnny,
Oh, yeah? You want to say something to me?
I want to apologize for the fight, for hitting you.
Oh, Jack, there's no need to apologize for a little thing like that. I mean, what's a bloody nose between a father and a son-in-law?
John, Daddy, you promised me just the other night.
Yeah. Jack, I had to tell you this. I'm sorry, too. For just now and for my part in our little fight the other night. I mean, Siobhan and Maeve made it clear to me I may have been responsible partly for what happened.
There's no need for you to apologize. I came in here drunk with a chip on my shoulder.
What's it? That's not. I've been telling these two the same thing. It's the drink. You mustn't let it get the better of you.
John.
Especially when you've got Ryan as your responsible.
John, the man came here to make amends, not to be lectured to.
I accept it. My nose accepts too.
How's Ryan?
Oh, she's fine. She's upstairs, sound asleep. The heat got her. But I'm sure she'll want to see you.
Well, that's good, because I sure want to see her. I want to thank you both for taking care of her in spite of everything. I mean, I know I haven't made it easy.
Oh, please, we'll have none of that. She's a pleasure to have with us. However long you want us to keep her, we'll do it, darling. She's a perfect joy to have around and no trouble at all. You know that.
It's you we're worried about, Jack.
I understand, and I appreciate your help. And I should tell you that I don't know how long I'm going to continue to have to ask for it.
We understand that, dear. And we know that someone has put you in terrible danger and, well, threatens your life. I don't want to dwell on it, but I want you to know how worried we are for you.
I know, Maeve. Now, it's best not to think about it. Everything's going to be all right. I concentrate and take care of myself if I can count on you with Ryan.
Oh, of course you can.
Good to have you back with us, Jack. Come on over here. How about a nice, tall, cool drink? Maybe a club soda.
Lemonade. I'll make it. Why don't you help me?
Excuse me.
What's the matter with you?
Would you? I took the physical agility test at the police academy this afternoon.
Oh, I didn't know it'd gotten that far.
Oh, I could have been farther. I could have passed the test.
This means you're a candidate?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I applied, and I've been accepted, and they're doing a background check. But today, this test was the real beginning.
Yeah, well, with a little luck, it'll be the ending, too.
What do you mean?
I think that you're still obsessed with helping to clear me, and that's what's behind all this police business.
Thanks a lot, Jack.
I also know that you will do whatever you want to do, just like Mary. And I also figure that if I could learn to accept the stubborn Irish in Mary, I can learn to accept it in you, too.
Oh, it feels good. Where are we headed anyway?
Oh, a little spot I know in the Jersey Palisades with a view of Manhattan is spectacular.
I don't care if I ever see New York again. Roger, what's wrong with Maeve and Johnny? How come no matter how hard I try to make them happy, they always get mad at me? I really can't stand it anymore, you know? It's really unfair. Nothing I do is right as far as they're concerned, even Maeve. Why are they like that?
Dee, you know this is my favorite conversation.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive me crazy. Because we've been through it time and time again, and you know how I stand. It's your obsession with the Ryans. Your most important goal is to be totally accepted by them, and if you're not, you're alone. You feel worthless, and that's not healthy.
I don't feel that way. Rise on the road.
You don't feel that way, You don't have a gigantic insecurity complex, and I might add, a thoroughly unnecessary complex where the Ryans are concerned.
You just never liked my relationship with them.
Dee, honey, why do you feel so bad tonight, huh?
Why? Because Maeve and Johnny got mad at me.
Why should that make you feel bad?
Because I was only trying to help Siobhan by telling her what I thought, and they acted like I didn't have a right to my own opinion.
And do you?
Of course I do.
And was your advice valid?
I thought so. And you?
Yes. Honey, that isn't the point. Don't you see? Do you need my approval to tell me what's on your mind?
No.
And should you need the approval of the Ryans?
No.
You didn't sound so sure that time. Look, Dee, let me put it this way. Do the Ryans ever ask your approval for anything that they do?
No, they never even asked my opinion. That's why I have to just go ahead and say it. And then when I do, they yell at me. And it's always been that way.
Aren't you just a little bit tired of that?
Yes, I feel like I'm Cinderella before the ball.
You say it's always been that way?
Always.
You think it's ever going to be any different?
No.
Then what are you going to do about it?
I don't know.
Don't you think it's time that you made a change?
Like what?
Dee, move out. It's time for you to get your own place, to be on your own. Don't you think so? What do you think?
I'm not thinking anything.
Why not?
It's Roger, I've never been on my own. And I do. I need Maeve and Johnny, and living alone. I just never...
You're right there, Dee. Good old Pat and Frank and Roger wouldn't let you stay unmarried for very long.
Thanks a lot, you know. You make me sound like
I'm sorry. This isn't a time to tease. But Dee, think about this. Your own place, your own freedom, your own privacy, like you've never had it before. You wouldn't have to be alone, not if you didn't want to be.